Hello and welcome back to the Embrace the Mud podcast. Today we are diving into a powerful topic that forms the bedrock of personal strength and capacity in relationships, and that is self-empowerment through priorities and principles. This is not about having power over others, but about cultivating personal empowerment, a vital aspect of creating healthy connections and safeguarding ourselves from harm. So let's dive in. You are listening to the Embrace the Mud podcast, where we discuss all things related to healthy, joyful, and life-giving relationships. Why focus on relationships? Because the quality of our intimate partnerships and close connections influences our health, happiness, and longevity more than anything else in our lives. Relationships matter a lot. So together, let's jump into the mud, aka our messy relationships, pull some weeds, plant some seeds, and create an enriching environment where strong relationships can take root. I am your grateful host, Dara Posner. I am a relational disaster working toward relational mastery. I am also a positive psychology coach, a relational mindset coach, a blogger, and now a podcaster. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Embrace the Mud podcast, where we discuss all things related to healthy, joyful, life-giving relationships. If you are a fan of this podcast, please subscribe, follow, like, review, and share. Your engagement in this way is crucial to the success of the podcast, and I appreciate you taking just a few seconds to support my mission, which is to help people like you flourish in life and love. All right, so as we kick off our conversation today, I would like to just reiterate that when we talk about personal power in relationships here on the podcast, we're not referring to having more power in a relationship or dominating others. What we are talking about is cultivating a sense of personal strength and capacity to make choices that align with our well-being and values. In relationships, shared power is crucial, but each individual must have a foundation of personal power rooted in self-worth and self-esteem. This internal strength allows us to navigate the complexities of connection. Having clear priorities is like having a compass and an inner alarm and a clear direction in the realm of relationships. Priorities are based on our personal values and guide us in choosing what nourishes and fulfills us. Principles, on the other hand, govern our behavior and choices. They are the moral and value-based guidelines that steer us. Without clear priorities and principles, we often find ourselves adrift in confusion and uncertainty. In my experience, everyone's top priority should be engaging only in safe, nourishing, mutually fulfilling relationships. When we prioritize a particular person or relationship over our own sense of safety, we compromise our principles and values. True loyalty is to our own safety and quality of life first, which healthy relationships support. We won't tolerate behavior that goes against our principles, such as a lack of integrity, inconsistency, dishonesty, or disrespect. I invite you to reflect on your own priorities in relationships. What principles do you abide by, and what do you expect from others? How has a lack of clarity in these areas impacted your relational life, and what needs to change? As we conclude today's episode, remember that personal power is a journey of self-discovery and intentional choice. Having clear priorities and principles empowers us to navigate relationships with authenticity and strength. If you're realizing that you're lacking clarity in your own priorities and principles, consider exploring this further. I talk a lot about this topic and many others on my Instagram feed, and also I'm on Threads now, and my handle is @EmbraceTheMud. I would love to connect with you over there. I also invite you to subscribe to my weekly newsletter, Questions for the Soul. You can do that at mudcoaching.com. I send out a weekly journal prompt to guide you inwardly toward your deeper needs, desires, principles, and values. So if you like to journal, I think you'll really enjoy the questions I send you. And if you're feeling called, please reach out for support. Sometimes we all need some guidance to really get the clarity that we need to experience the flourishing relationships that we desire. Thank you so much for joining me here on the Embrace the Mud podcast today. Until next time, embrace the mud, embrace your power, and always remember, you are wired for love and connection. You are capable of love and connection. You are worthy of love and connection. I'll see you soon.